Hey there, everybody. It's Eternal Snowman here with a TLT live round one playing kind of recording. So I'm going to be playing against giove97 in round one, and throughout the course of this TLT, as long as I'm able to, I'll try to record all my matches and provide live commentary on kind of what I'm thinking, just so you guys have some insight into how I play the game, and because I thought it would be some interesting content that some people might enjoy. So I hope you guys do enjoy this kind of format. If you do, please leave a like and tell me what your thoughts are about the format. Send a comment. So let me just get into it. So yeah, this TLT round, I'm going to be using, I'm going to be playing LC PU Ubers. We'll see what we're going to be in first. I won't. Okay, so we're going to be playing PU first. I'll pull up my PU team real quick. This is something I built myself. I did a little bit of testing off on this myself. Pretty confident in it. It feels pretty good. Honestly, it's a little bit hard right now because I feel like it's really hard to ladder the lower tiers on, because nobody's playing them, especially at the times that I was trying to test. So I didn't get a lot of quality practice. I got one or two games where I felt yeah, this is actually real quality practice. But then most of the games I just was playing against a lot of mediocre to bad teams. Hopefully that's kind of what that that won't come back to bite me and I didn't miss anything huge. But yeah, I wanted to build around Luxray. Actually, let's shuffle the team a little bit just so that it's not too obvious. I try not to have my most important build around mon in the first slot. Put it in a random slot just so that throws people off a little bit maybe. Don't want it to be too obvious what I built around, but yeah. Let's go ahead and accept. That was invite only. Can you turn off IO? Slash room slash mod join off. I don't remember what the command is. Alright. So let's just think about what his team is. Poliwrath is going to be really big. It's going to be offensive, or it's defensive Poliwrath. If this is Calm Mind Rapidash, it's probably going to be really hard to answer. I don't really have a good plan for it other than just kind of mystical firing it down with Alchemy, and then hopefully maybe PP stalling it or something, because it'll probably be running mystical fire itself. So Ferroseed is probably not a good answer to it. Let's think. Yeah, we have Poliwrath to answer the Lycanroc. Cryogonal might be a little bit annoying, but we do have Avalugg and Alchemy. And Ferroseed will all be able to be a decent answer. And then Drampa is probably the most annoying one. We do have Alchemy though, and it's really Spadef invested, so I'm hoping that can answer it good enough. So what is he likely to lead here? Most likely it's going to be one of these Lycanroc, Runerigus, and maybe Wishy-Washy, and outside chance of Cryogonal. I think leading Poliwrath is pretty safe here. Okay, so he led Rapidash, I was wrong. Yeah, this indicates to me that it's not Calm Mind. If it was Calm Mind, Psychic Move, Mystical Fire, Recover, or something like that, then he probably wouldn't have led it. So it's probably Specs or something. So let's just go Alchemy to scout what set it is. Okay, it is Calm Mind, never mind. If it's Calm Mind Psyshock, I'm in a huge host of trouble. If it's Psyshock and a Mystical Fire, then I actually don't have a good answer to those. I just almost straight up lose. Okay, interesting. He decided to switch out. So I'm just gonna go Pharaoh Seed here because I don't think Cragnon gets anything to... Yeah, okay. Because Toxic, I don't want Avalugg to get Toxic, so that was just a safe play. Knocking off is pretty good here. It prevents him to go like Drampa for free, so I want to do that. Okay, he's gonna go Reneragus, get the knockoff. Okay, so Reneragus is probably Stealth Rocks, Poltergeist, Earthquake, and Will-O-Wisp. The question is if I want to let my Pharisee get Will-O-Wisped to trade for rocks. And the answer is probably no this early in the game. I probably want to keep it around just in case. So let's go Poliwrath to absorb the Wisp. Okay, it's Toxic Spikes. It's actually fine for me. So let's go ahead and click Scald. This is kind of just a safe play. Looking for the burn here. Okay, we didn't get it. So I'm thinking what we want to do in this situation. It's actually pretty rough, considering that it's most likely going to have Mystical Fire. So Calm Mind is pretty safe on his end. I could just Circle Throw. If he just clicks an attacking move, it's like almost always winning for him, because it forces in my Alchemy. Is that fine if Alchemy is like one poisoned? Yeah, I think we have to just make that play. Okay, he goes for Calm Mind. Let's go for Mystical Fire. Okay. That's just Mystical Fire. Yeah, so my best way of answering this actually is just to Mystical Fire him until he runs out of Morning Suns, basically. I don't really have a better play than that. So this is what we're stuck with. If I can get it to, if I can burn it, that would actually be a huge deal, because it would mean that, okay, let's just go Luxray and try to force it out. Okay, so now we have a decision point. We can go for Crunch here, which is kind of like a safe play because it covers for Reneragus. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we lose Guts here, but we still get, because we're not burned, it's not that bad. So I'm just going to go for Crunch again. Okay. And then let's go into Pharaoh Seed. Goes for Earthquake. It's fine. Alright, I want to set up Spikes here, since Spikes are actually more impactful for me than Rocks will be this game, since Cryogonal is going to be Cryogonal is going to be what do you call it? Boots anyway, so we want Spikes. So let's go Alchemy. Flamethrower. Interesting. Let's recover. That means it's not specs based on damage. Okay, it's Mystical Fire. Let's Mystical Fire again. And then this is really rough. I'm thinking about how I can deal with this Rapidash. If it was burned, then this would be a completely different story, because then we could stall it out of Morning Suns, but it's actually really difficult now. I can try to go Pharaoh Seed here, but it's going to be really tough, because once my Pharaoh Seed gets low, it can't get it back up. And I'm going to run out of Mystical Fires before he runs out of Calm Minds, which is kind of important. Um, I could try going Avalug. Actually, I'm gonna try it. Okay. Goes into his wishy-washy. Let's just spin. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna spin again. Oh wait, I'm faster. Interesting. Okay, let's see what it goes into. Cryogonal. Okay, we have body press. Let's just take it to kill. He wants to get spikes off the field. Let's take the cryogonal. It goes to Rapidash. That's Ice Cold Spear. We want to try to pressure this as much as possible. If we can get like a 5 hit, that would just be instantly amazing. But okay, we didn't. That's fine. Let's go Alchemy. We want to try to force out this Rapidash again. Okay, let's recover. So it's most likely going to be stored power lost, actually, considering how he's playing this. One option is to kind of just let it set up a little bit and then try to go with Ditto and force it out, but this is actually fine. Okay. I can go Poliwrath and Circle Throw. Actually, I'm going to try that. While it still has relatively low boosts. Yep. Oh my god. Please. Okay, thank you. It's really good. We can go Alchemy again. And then now we're just going to Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam again. Okay, so he's down to 4 Morning Suns, which is kind of important. Since the win condition here is to try to run it out of Morning Suns. Okay, he's kind of using them in a bad way, because if he's not getting like the maximum value out of the Morning Sun, which is actually very important. Let's recover. I think he's noticed that I'm going to be running out of Mystical Fires, which is like actually a really bad thing for me, but he is running low on Morning Suns now, so I think I'll be fine. All right, let's try calculating. So Rapidash, and you sourced, no, not that one. Rapidash, Bulky Calm Mind. Let's calc versus Avalug first to make sure. Okay, so it is no special attack. So let's calc this versus Ferroseed. And you defensive. I'm like pretty spadef. Okay, not that much. 96. So how much does it do at +1? 63 to 75. So it's guaranteed to KO at +1. What about stored power versus +5 versus Poliwrath? Stored power is guaranteed to KO from this range. Shit, that's not good. Alright, we're just gonna have to Dazzling Gleam then. Okay, so plan has switched over to Oh, actually, no, I have another plan. I can do this. Okay, we can Mystical Fire with his Rapidash. So yeah, basically, we can just recycle his Rapidash PP. I should have been doing this earlier, actually. This is actually very good for me. Okay, he's down to 2 Morning Suns, so we just switch back into Alchemy, and we do this again. Mystical Fire. Mystical Fire. Crit me. What about a -1? Okay, let's try -1 +6. Stored power only does 48 to 56. Okay, seems good. And does even less here. Yeah. Okay, let's rest on the Lycanroc. I'm like 95% sure there's nothing I can do to KO me. I guess I could Swords Dance, but I don't think we care that much, because if he Swords Dances, then we can eventually steal it with Ditto, because he needs like multiple boosts on the Lycanroc to be able to muscle past Poliwrath, and so once that happens, I can just use Ditto to win from that point. Oh, I totally forgot to equip my Avatar too. Okay, so flip turn, Earthquake, Protect. Last is probably Toxic or Liquidation, probably, would be my guess. So let's just Sleep Talk. Burn? No burn. Okay. Let's go to Alchemy. Good. It's Calm Mind on this as well. Alright, Dazzling Gleam. Recover. Let's go Ditto. Let's Morning Sun first, and then we're gonna go back into Alchemy. And go back into Ditto. And then we can Mystical Fire. Yeah, he's out of Mystical Fires now. Yeah, we can just go Ferroseed. And then Gyro Ball. Expertly played around that Rapidash. Let's go. Holy shit. Definitely super scary. This is actually way less scary to me because, yeah, in the end, the issue with Rapidash is that I couldn't revenge it with my Luxray. But with Drampa, no matter how much it boosts up, it's going to die to the Luxray superpower eventually. So it's actually not a huge deal. Is it Berserk? No, it's not Berserk. I mean, let's just keep hitting it. It doesn't actually matter if Alchemy dies because we have Luxray. So yeah, we didn't care that much. Yeah, this is Life Orb. I guess just Polyroth. Yep. Just waiting for the burn. Come on. No, we can just let this. Oh, it's annoying. Yeah, game one ended up being pretty long. That's not surprising considering the team I brought, because this team is relies on a really defensive backbone of like Polyrath, Alchemy, Avalog, Ferroseed to be able to answer a lot of stuff, and then like the Revenge Killer is Ditto, and he brought like I wouldn't say they're like purely imposter proof mons, but they are kind of difficult to deal with. Like I just can't like copy them and then instantly just kill them kind of mons in Rapidash, and to an extent Drampa as well. So like because of that, you have to play like in a completely different way. Like the only way I could deal with that Rapidash was to kind of Mystical Fire it down and like kind of stall it out of Morning Suns. Okay, sure. Let's go to LC. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how I played. I think I played to my win conditions. Kind of, I should have been going Ditto earlier and Mystical Firing it after it revealed Mystical Fire, but to be honest, I think he kind of like didn't play correctly in a lot of the situations. He didn't utilize his Morning Suns fully, and he could have been punishing me more heavily. Like he was Mystical Firing my Alchemy way too much. So yeah, he kind of messed up, but we kind of take those. The matchup was like so bad that I needed to play in a very specific way to be able to like give myself any sort of chance. I should have been using the Mystical Fires with Ditto earlier to kind of like weave them between the Alchemy ones and the Ditto ones so that I could kind of save a lot of the PP. And that would have gone a lot farther for me. Like, yeah. Also, I totally forgot, but supposed to PSPL 2020 tournaments. Let's do that. I totally forgot to change my avatar before this. I always forget. But yeah. So that's PU. Let's move on to the LC game. Let's challenge him. And we're going to go with this team. Yeah, so this is a team I used during CPL, coronavirus. Oh, he took. He didn't take that off. It utilizes Restock Magnemite to get a lot of mileage. So it's actually going to be trapping Ferroseed in this matchup. And Restock Magnemite is just generally very good because, in my opinion, it's proven to be very good because it answers a lot of important mons in like stuff like Marini, Ferroseed, Volibee, but also like Fungus. I realized that this team is actually very weak to Grassy Seed Gricky, so I'm hoping he's not that set. But everything else seems pretty good here. Staryu could be very spooky, but I think Staryu is kind of spooky for every team. So let's just lead Minfu. I think it's pretty safe. Let's see. Okay, so right off the bat, presented with the choice. Let's just knock off, I think. I think we could also U-turn into Magnemite is also very safe. Because if he knocks off my Eviolite, we actually don't really care that much. But if he does burn my Mienfoo, it could be a little bit annoying. I don't think we care that much, though. I think we're just going to knock off. Okay, no burn. Okay, I mean, it's fine. I was prepared to take that outcome. Okay, he's going to go into his Pharisee, and we're U-turning. And then we're just going to go Magnemite, because this traps. And Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. Now the question is if I want to rest here or not. Yeah, I think I want to rest. All right, that's pretty perfect. Okay, so now he's going into his Timber. Question is how I want to... Okay, I think going Mudbray is probably the safest play here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Mudbray. Okay, that's fine. So we have an option here to either Heavy Slam or we can Stealth Rocks. I think rocking is more important to kind of deal with the Volibee, so let's rock first. And Ice Punch again. Sure, that's fine. He's gonna Mach Punch, that's fine. And then let's go into our Abra and then try to pressure here. So let's Psychic. We're completely fine if he goes Volibee, and we're also fine if he Mach Punches to get rid of the Sash. He's gonna sack his Marini, that's fine. See what he decides to do. Okay, so he's gonna go into Staryu. I think we're just gonna go Fingus. We will be giving up rocks if he is Spin, but I think that's fine. Okay, he is Spin. I think Spore is pretty safe, but he could be Overcoat Volibee. I think we don't care if he's Overcoat though. So let's just go ahead and click Spore. And basically everything here is good. Even if he's Grassy Seed Grookey here, we don't care. We care if we get Parrot. Okay. And then we can just go Staryu or... Yeah, let's just go Staryu on the Volibee. Okay. And then Thunderbolt is just safe. We're happy to click it. We get the pair. That's really, really lucky for us. Let's go into Fingus. Because he's not Grassy Seed here, it means that we don't care that much about... or we don't have to play around Acro, which is important. And we get lucky in the para. Let's just Sludge Bomb. We don't care as much if he goes Volibee here. We do have Magnemite still in the back, which is a pretty solid check. That can pressure. Okay. We get the poison. Alright, we're just, we're just rolling in the luck. Very happy to take that. Go into Magnemite. He's gonna Brave Bird. It's fine. We can go ahead and just throw off a Thunderbolt. Yeah, and since we got very lucky earlier, we can just Flash Cannon. Finish off the Grookey. We don't have to worry about that later. Now, because Volibee's poisoned, I actually don't need Magnemite anymore. So we're just going to Thunderbolt. And then go into Abra. And then let's Psychic. Very safe. We can protect. The knockoff. Let's go into our Mianfu. We actually just don't want to click an attacking move. So actually, we're just gonna go into Staryu. And then we're gonna click Thunderbolt. Oh, he's Natural Cure. Okay, let's Rapid Spin. All right, Hydro Pump. And go Abra, Dazzling Gleam, and that's game. All right. GG. All right. Pretty clean. We got kind of lucky with the Thunderbolt pair. Like that's just like not gonna lie. The Sludge Bomb Poison was also kind of lucky, but that one didn't matter as much. We were still gonna win probably this game. Like we were in a really good position. And I like basically it seemed a little bit more dicey in the end because we accelerated the end game by sacking Magnemite because I knew I was in a good enough position to win. Because basically, so after Ferroseed dies here, it means that he doesn't have a good answer to Fungus, which is why I don't think he's Overcoat Volibee, because like if you look at this team composition, one of the most important things is that when you are running Ferroseed, you don't need another Fungus answer. So Volibee is going to be weak armor. So I didn't mention this like at the time, but it's like most likely that Volibee is weak armor here because it's paired with a Ferroseed. So Magnemite trapping it means that he doesn't have a good answer here to Fungus. Oftentimes you don't prepare like multiple answers because he already has Timber, Ferroseed, Volibee. It's also unlikely that it's going to be Grassy Seed Grookey. It's something I'm scared of because, you know, you don't always have the best, you don't always prepare like the best teams like in TLT, or like sometimes you want to use something that like beats the opponent's stuff specifically. But yeah, so I was a little bit scared of the Grassy Seed Grookey, but as soon as he revealed that it wasn't Grassy Seed, basically he didn't have a good enough answer to Fungus for like the remainder of the game. You can see here, yeah, he goes for the Ice Punch here with Timber. That's actually completely fine. The important thing about like this turn specifically is that I want to prevent Fungus from getting knocked no matter what in this position, because if Fungus gets knocked against a team like that's so weak to Fungus here, then I'm like giving up a lot. So what my goal here is just to break with Abra, because he doesn't have a good answer to Abra anymore with Ferroseed gone. So now with like I just set up rocks because I know I'm guaranteed to rock here, since Mudbray or Rock or Mudbray runs faster than standard Timber does. So I want to get the rocks up and then get Abra in. And you know, at this point the game is basically over because after he gives up Marini, Abra is just in such a good position here that he's going to have to trade a lot to be able to deal with this Abra. So I go Fungus, and because I basically at this point am guaranteed to know that he's not Overcoat. Even if he is Overcoat because of like weird team building stuff, we're still okay because we have the Magnemite in the back, which can deal with Overcoat Volibee, because Overcoat always runs physical. Special can actually kind of annoy Magnemite a little bit, but we didn't have to worry too much about that situation from happening this game. So yeah, we go ahead and Spore here, very safe, and then go into our Staryu. The reason I go Staryu here is because he has two. Okay, so I actually assume that he is Analytic because standard Staryu runs Analytic, especially if you're running Thunderbolt. In my opinion, I think that's better. I guess he's probably Scald and Recover last, and he's running defensive Natural Cure, but I actually generally will assume that they're Analytic because that is like the standard set. So I don't go for the double Spore. If I had known that he was Natural Cure, I would have actually gone for double Spore there for sure. But he later reveals that he's Natural Cure, but that's actually not an issue for me. But basically, I go Staryu here because his two choices of Timber and Volibee are both covered by Staryu. Because if I get like a Hydro Pump down on his Timber, then it's basically game at that point. And also standard Staryu runs Psychic a lot, so it kind of forces it out. So then he goes Grookey. I get the very lucky pair here. And yeah, from there, it's basically, yeah, the Sludge Bomb Poison is also huge here because it means that I can protect with Abra, and I don't have to, like, it basically means at this point, after he goes into his Timber, that I can choose to accelerate the game by clicking, by just stacking it, because if I didn't have the Sludge Bomb Poison here, then I would need Magnemite again to check the Volibee. And then we would have to, like, I would have to basically repeat this cycle of, once Timber comes in, I would probably have to sack Mienfoo and then repeat the cycle by going into Magnemite against the Volibee next time. But because we got lucky and we got the Sludge Bomb Poison, we don't need that Magnemite anymore. We can just sack it and then go here. And then I switched here to play around the Volibee being like max Spadef basically. So I could have just gone into Staryu directly too. That would have been a fine play. But yeah, Thunderbolt and then Rapid Spin. It doesn't really matter whether or not I won that speed tie. Even if that died there, I still had Fingus in the back. So yeah, it was just so winning from this endgame that I was like fine to make some like quote unquote riskier plays. But yeah, we just clean up the game because like basically at that point I had like 100% win. So yeah, like I could technically have like lost with some like really lucky stuff, but the chance was so small that it wasn't worth really considering. So yeah, all right. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this format, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, if you think whatever kind of improvements you think I should make. We didn't get to play Ubers in this, but yeah, I think I played very well in the 2 games that were played, and also in PU. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Please leave a comment telling your thoughts about this kind of new, different style of video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next round for round 2. Yeah, that's about it.